podcast character designs done by Demon Artie. Be sure to follow her over on Twitter at ArtieDemon. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 Podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin.
And 15 PCA.
Be sure to follow us over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Before I begin the review, gotta give a big shout out to Sketchy Raven over on Twitter. I commissioned her to do this amazing piece of artwork right here. Look how freaking cool that is. I just want to see my character drawn in so many different ways. I've been commissioning a whole bunch of different artists, and I just love all the stuff that I've been getting back. Definitely, Raven is just so easy to work with. If you were afraid to commission an artist and you feel like, oh no, how do I ask? Is it going to be weird? Is it going to be awkward? You hire her. And it is as simple as it can be. The communication is super easy. She'll talk to you back and forth till you get exactly what you like. If there's something you don't like about an angle or she'll change it, she'll work with you. Just absolutely 100% professional. So if you're thinking about, I want someone to draw something cool for me, definitely think about hiring her. She's absolutely amazing. Go follow her on Twitter. All her information will be in the description below. Also, if you do any fan art for my podcast, of my character, or anything like that, I'll be sure to do a little shout out for you too. So hit me up on Twitter. Make sure to tag me. You can even email me. There's an email on the About page. I just love seeing all this different kinds of art. It's just amazing. And on to the review. Season 1 finale, episode 19 of The Owl House. And it's okay. It's definitely not as good as the last episode. And Young Blood, Old Souls, pretty cool title. I'm an Empire Strikes Back kind of guy. I love it when the good guys are down and the bad guys, it looks like they're going to win. And it's like, what's going to happen? I just wish there'd been something more. Am I ever going to get my big action battle scene ever in a cartoon? I thought I was going to get it in She-Ra. It was like 5 seasons and it never happened. I'm not getting it here in the Owl House. Maybe Amphibia when they do their big battle. It feels like there should be this giant thing and it just doesn't happen. Luce just kind of fixes it. She kind of is a badass, like out of nowhere. It's still good. I still like the sisters when Ida and Lilith. I love their dynamic, and we do get some of that resolution there. We do find out what went down with the curse and everything. So it's not 1000% malicious the way it was framed. And when we first found out about it, I was like, oh my God, what a horrible person. I don't know. But we'll jump right in. We start out like maybe how the show should have started with all kinds of history. We got the history of the Boiling Owls. You open it up, and King's doing the narration, and he's not being silly or stupid or dumb, but his voice is funny, and it just kind of makes you think, okay, where's the joke? Where's the silly thing? And he never ever gets to it because it's all serious stuff. Talks about how before everyone just did magic however the hell they wanted. Then this Bellows guy showed up because when the Titan died, itself was magical. So the land, everything had magic, so it was all wild and free. This dude showed up and then said it was wrong because I could talk to the Titan. Can he? See, this is a whole like the Pope. Like he speaks to God and he speaks to us. Is he lying? Can he? Is he? People floating the idea that maybe he is the Titan. Like it since it died and he had to like, I don't know, concentrate himself because we see that he can almost dematerialize. Very interesting. There's a whole lot going on with him. We don't get many answers except from this history book. But again, the winners write the history. So this whole thing could be completely like a giant lie. But he's the one who set up all the covens so we can like respect the Titan and everything. Only he can use all the different magics. Of course, he carves out a little niche just for himself, right? So we get all that exposition from King, and then he's looking over at Luce, like, oh, what are we gonna do? And then we get some there's a lot of good sad moments. I love that kind of stuff. I love it when the show punches you in the gut, gives a little dagger to the heart. I love it. Look at that note to a young witch from a proud mentor. Oh, my heart. I love it. Look at the look on Luce's face. It's like, oh my God. But she puts it on, and this cloak never comes into play, really. I'm trying to think, does it at all? If it does, let me know. But I don't think she actually does anything with it. It does look cool on her, though. Then she stands there. She's like, no, we're gonna go save Ida. And then like her cape blows in the wind. From where? Was that window even open? What did that gust? I thought they were gonna make fun of it, but it's just like it's supposed to be like a cool like shot. Anyways, pretty nice. We get Lucia's getting ready for battle. She's gonna go like get some weapons out of like I guess Ida has a closet, an armory, and this giant axe, and she can't even lift it. And Lucia she's angry. She wants to go save Ida, and I don't know. You don't have. I thought she's out of her mind, but they kind of make her into like this super magical badass. I don't know. That just makes me feel weird because she never learned anything like that. She didn't know any combat magic. Ida didn't take her into the backyard and show, oh, this is how you're going to defend yourself. She just like figures it all out on her own. Ugh, there should have been some episodes, let's not do the stupid basketball, football, rugby episode and show an episode of her learning, defense against the dark arts. But King's like, you out of your mind? The Emperor's the strongest witch on the freaking isle. He's going to freaking whoop you. And she's like, no, I have to save her because she risked her life to save me. And I can't let her just do that. I got to go save her too. Then King's like, you know what? Me and Eda never see eye to eye on a lot of things, but we're family and I'm going to go with you. I'm going to help. You go save her. That's when, remember I said, like, I want King to freaking do something. He does nothing. Spoiler, he does nothing. Is he ever going to do anything? I want my big giant fantasy battle. I'm never going to get it in my, ugh. So she just goes off to go, she's going to go fight the Emperor. Okay. Lilith and Eda, she's still in like her full on, owl mode, and she's just running around the throne room like crashing and smashing it and everything. But then Lilith kind of puts her into a bubble. This is only for your own good. Things are going to be better once all this is done. Like she's like saying you're going to get healed. It's going to be fine. And little sisterly things. Even as a monster, she's still like that little bratty sister. And she's yeah.
Isn't that wonderful? I will not fall prey to your childish games.
That's kind of funny. Kikimora shows up and, to introduce the Emperor, I'll kneel for the Emperor Bellows. His eyes are blue. Remember when they were green in the last episode? I'm wondering if there's something going on because it showed him absorb a talisman and nothing like that happens here. So there's still all these questions from the last episode to this episode. How did any of this happen? How does he absorb magic? Does he kill other witches or take their talismans? He's got to do something, right? We don't get any of those answers. Soon as Eda sees him, she like breaks out of that bubble containment and tries to go attack him. But he's casting spells without making circles. He's just making it happen. We see that kind of a little bit sometimes from other witches, but for the most part, they make a circle in the air and then they call whatever magic's going to happen. But here he's able to just like, move his hand a little bit and boom, he ties her to the ground. And Lilith's like, oh, I'm so sorry that she attacked you, but like you promised you're going to heal her now, right? He calls his staff very mechanical. Is it like technology? Is he trying to mix, because we find out later he wants to get to the human world. Is he from some type of, I don't know. There's so much I want to know about this that goes beyond this episode. We don't get any of these answers, but it does look very technological. Is there going to be, maybe there's another island that has technology and doesn't have any magic at all? Who knows? All we know is this boiling isle, and it's a big place, but it's not like a country or anything. It's like a city. So I don't know. I want to know more about this world. We don't get it. He heals her enough for her to have her faculties. She can speak and talk and everything. So we got Eda in her big old giant owl body. And she's like, crap, all nuts, I've been caught. Then she sees, she's like, I'm not going to give you anything. I don't care what you have to say. He's like, I can just get that from that human girl. And then look, I love how defensive she is because Luce is innocent. And she's like, no, you leave her the hell alone. She says, Titan, help me. So that'd be like how, saying, oh, but, by God, I'm going to kill you. So the Titan is like their god.
The mentor of Luce the human.
You stay away from her, or so help me, Titan.
And he speaks to the Titan, so he's very, again, like I said, he's like the Pope. So I speak to God, and I speak for, he speaks through me. So there's all those religious kind of connections. We didn't get any of that in the last 17 episodes, when it just kind of gets laid in thick here. I wish they would have laid the groundwork a little bit better, but we kind of get that he's the big religious guy, and everyone believes in him. How did he get everyone to bend to his will? How long did that take? We don't know. He's like, you're going to give me the key to the human world. She's like, I ain't giving you jack diddly crap. You're going to listen, or, your Luce is going to, you're only putting her in danger. You need to listen to me. She's getting dragged away and she begs her sister, don't let him hurt Luce. Come on, Lilith, please. And he's like, you can't deny that. That's like your sister's begging for help and she's being dragged away to probably be, either killed or tortured or whatever's going to happen to her. Lilith's like, so you're taking her to the healing chamber? No. There never was a healing chamber. The healing chamber is where they kill you. Freaking Bellows is like, no, look how much bigger he is than her. What is he, like 9 feet tall? He's like, no, we're going to just basically get rid of her, petrify her, which is like, I guess they just turn you to stone. And she's like, didn't you promise? you have to remember there's a unification, whatever that is. Maybe it's a big, all the magics, align, very much like an Avatar. Remember when all the planets align and their powers at their max? Maybe there's something like that, or maybe there needs to be a big sacrifice or something. We don't know what this unification thing is. It's like, and we have to, get rid of all the rogue witches. And you do understand, and of course she's basically realizing, oh crap, you're gonna kill my sister. A lot of snapping, very Thanos-ish. And he's like, here, get rid of her staff and talisman. She's not gonna need it anymore. It's funny. Because couldn't he have just destroyed it himself? Why? Maybe he's trying to test Lilith? Or I don't know. It's weird because that kind of gives them... Because if without this staff, they would have totally lost. We get to the normal, the city. And there's like a news broadcast with the microphone and everything. Ugh, I hate this so much. I don't want any of this. It's like our world, but different. Before they were using like scrolls and like their little magic little things to speak to each other. This is full blown TV. I mean, this could be a news, it's MSNBC, CNN, it's just, I don't like it one bit. Here at the castle, Ida Clarthorn, also known as Ida the Owl Lady, has been captured and she will be petrified. There has been a petrification in over 50 years, but only the most, obscene criminals get petrified. So that's like their death penalty because you turn to stone and there's no coming back. So we get to see all that we see of Amity. She hears that and she's like, oh, dang. And that's it. We don't see her for the rest of the episode. She broke her foot. There's no healing magic that could just, heal it instantly. I think it was a really dumb way just to get her out of the episode. Blah, whatever. Gus and Willow here, like, oh man, Luce is going to do something, so we're got to be there for her. So they're going to go to, I guess, the public petrifying of Ida. Luce hears the broadcast, and I guess she reaches in there and just breaks the thing. Dude, that wasn't yours to break. Like, you just can't do that. But she's super pissed. They need to get there. So, I see, this is where I hated this. I thought they were going to go to the Bat Queen and, like, do something. No, she just kind of just shows up. Jeez, it should have been a little more oomph. So, like, oh, man, we have to get in trouble so we can get to the re-education center for wayward princesses. Here we go. Remember that guy that caught Eden in the first episode? Oh, we'll do something so bad, they have to throw us in jail. They go and they stomp on the grass when they're not supposed to, so they get thrown in jail for that. Okay. So they're at the conformatorium, and we see all the other people that have been petrified. And they're setting up basically a pedestal for Ida. I'm like, oh, geez, she's going to be the next one. But I like how King's like, there's not going to be a statue. I wish he would have done something. We see this poster of Lilith. We've seen it a couple of times. I don't know what you're saying. She's looking pretty good in this poster. But, of course, Luce is like, ooh, that bitch. They get in there, and since she has, like, all her magics and stuff, and it's that warden that, like, wanted to date Ida. Remember that? Oh, now you're going to have a front row seat so you can, watch your mentor get, petrified. But she uses her spells and, like, utterly beats the ever-living hell out of everybody. Okay. She captures that one guy, tell me where she is, and you have to draw me a map, and he just, like, does it because he's so afraid of her. Jeez. They could have done this so much differently. People in the crowd, oh man, I don't know. She should be petrified. Did she do something that bad? Oh no, I don't know. It's all happening so fast. Gus and Willow are looking for Luce in the crowd, so they're trying to find her. We find out that the warden goes to Kikimora, and she's like, you idiot. You told her where she was and you drew her a map? And Lilith's like, don't worry, I'll take care of this. Then we cut back to Luce making her way to where Ida is. And again, she laid waste to all these guards. Okay. She breaks in there. Hey, King, you watch the door. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to go save Ida. She goes in there and I thought, oh, she's still going to be like coherent from the last time. But she's still full beast mode. The light's able to heal her like it did before. Remember when she very first turned into the owl form? She did a big burst of light and it like full blown healed her. So there's going to be something with this. This light magic is going to be the key to healing them completely. So she kind of breaks it and now she can speak to her. She's like, oh, Luce, what the f*** are you doing here? Get out of here. Go, 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 go. I did this to save you. If you're here, they're going to get you too, and I don't want them to hurt you. And she's trying to break her out, but the magic isn't working. She's like, Luce, it's not going to work. It's okay. I did this for you. As long as you're safe, that's what matters. And I love this. All this, it's very heart touching. I love these moments. These are the moments that save the episode completely.
I lived freely, and I got to meet you.
Ida?
But if you stay here, I won't be able to protect you. You need to leave. Now!
And look at their faces. They're sad because this is like the last goodbye for Ida, she got to have like a family, you know. She never had a daughter or anything, but this was kind of like a niece, you know, someone to take care of, someone who looked up to you and respected you, and it makes you feel good inside, especially when they're such a good person too. You know, Ida knows she's not the most nicest person on the planet. She's not even, you know, morally, she does a lot of bad things. But this girl who is kind and good and special looks up to me and cares for me and loves me. That must mean I have a little something too. It's great. I love that. Oh my goodness. I love that so much. And look how she's holding her hand. She's like, no, I don't want to let you go. You know what? The Emperor wants this portal to the human world. I don't know why, but he wants it bad. Here, go home. And then when you get there, destroy the door. And then, you know, it'll be all done. It'll be all over with. And you don't have to worry about this anymore. But she's like, I can't leave you. She's crying. They're both crying. She gives her a big hug, and it's okay. It's going to be okay. You know, it's that you know you're going to go die and you got to save someone else. And it's like, hey, bye. I love it. I love these feelings. I love my stomach gets in little knots when, you know, like, oh God, I don't want her to die. I want Luce to be safe, but I don't want her to have to abandon. I love those feelings. I love it so much. But a little red light goes off and okay, here we go. Here comes the petrification is going to happen. She starts being set up into the thing, and Lucy's like, no, I'm not letting you go. And she's like, sorry, kid, and kind of pushes her down and just tells her, you know, just be safe. I just want you to live and I want you to be happy. She goes up there, and then Lilith shows up. She's going to go talk to Luce, and Luce is super pissed off. I'm going to, because she's like, yeah, I want to get you, you witch. I want to get you, you bitch. So they start fighting, and we can tell that Lilith doesn't want to hurt her. like she kind of just smacking her stuff around, tries to capture her. But of course, Lilith's a super powerful witch, and these little spells aren't going to be enough. They go to the human world. Like they fall through. Remember that freaking Freddy Krueger shack? It's super scary looking. They're in the human world now. Very interesting. I like how Luce tries to use her magic. Doesn't work at all. So because her magic draws from the Titan itself, there's no Titan here, no magic, not her type of magic. Lilith can still use her magic because it comes from inside. So we got those two different sources of magic, which is pretty cool. Lilith kind of pins her down, and she's like, you know, just freaking stop. Let me talk to you. She's like, no, you're a bad sister. You deserve to be the one to be petrified. And she's like, yeah, I know. It should be me. She's like, what do you mean? And then we get flashback. Oh, these dudes, the cutest little girls ever. Look at them. They're just like running through the forest. Unbelievable. Just the two cutest little redheads that ever existed on the planet, ever in the history of animation. My goodness. They're running and running and running. Ida trips and kind of scrapes her knee. And just like a good sister, she goes over there and she's going to do a little magic spell. She like gets her to stop crying. And she's like, here, look. You know, she does the spell that allows to share the pain. In literary class, we call this foreshadowing.
The spell declared, let the pain be shared.
So she does this spell that helps share the pain. I bet you won't guess how that's going to be used. And then, you know, they kind of like, oh, they're both happy. So they can take away a little bit of your pain and we'll bear it together like sisters. I love that so much. And, you know, they're both working, you know, shows them get a little bit older and they want to join the Emperor's Coven. That's like their dream come true. So they're kind of like, you know, just messing around and everything. And we see Ida is better. She's younger, but she's better. And she's like, oh, she's just better than me. And we can kind of see a little bit of that hurt. She's her sister still. Like she never saw it that way. Ida never saw it as like, oh, I have to be better than you. She just wanted to work hard to show you I'm good too. But I guess there's a test for the Emperor's Coven. There's only one spot left. So they have to do a duel. And whoever wins the duel gets the scholarship or whatever. Or here's the thing. Ida's like way younger. Couldn't she just do the test next year? Or when another spot opens up? I'm pretty freaking sure that this isn't the only one spot for the rest of all time and eternity. It doesn't make any sense. Ida can just wait. She's younger. I don't know. Can anyone explain that to me? Why they couldn't have just waited for another opening? Because I'm pretty sure Ida would have been like, oh, sis, you just take it. And then I'll wait for the next opening and then I'll be the next one up. Problem solved? Anyways, Lilith she's like, I got to do anything to win because I have to be the one in the coven. She goes to that dark evil marketplace and gets a curse. And she's like, this is going to be the one to zap her powers. I'm going to use this on her. You know, then we get that same flashback. She uses it on her sister. And then the day of the duel, they get ready. And right before they start, this is the heartbreaker. This is I reach into your chest and pull your heart out right before they fight.
No. I refuse to battle my sister.
She just gives up. She's like, no, you can have it. Lilith, it's yours. I don't want to be part of this coven thing. I forfeit. And she didn't have to curse her. She didn't have to do it. Oh man, look at that look on her face. Oh my goodness. Oh man, you must feel like absolute freaking heart. Oh my god, her heart just blah. So Lilith's like, oh no, I cursed you for nothing. But as she starts to walk away, the curse comes into effect. She turns into the monster. And all the people in the crowd start throwing rocks and stuff at her, and it's like, I couldn't, no way. If any of my younger siblings, something like that, and people were like, oh, look at that monster, I'll get her at her, and they were throwing rocks and stuff. Oh man, someone's getting whooped. But you know, they're like, you won, here you are, you're declared the winner, so you get to go to be in the coven. Lilith, she goes, I thought it was only to be for a day. I didn't know how strong this curse was. I thought the Emperor told me if I bring her into the coven, she's going to heal her, and then, you know, she won't have this curse anymore. I know I never should have done it. You know, here we are now. I'm going to try to fix it. Lucy's like, how can I even trust you? She's like, here's her staff. Here's Albert. Yay, Albert doesn't die. Hooray. I love that little guy. Gives the staff to Luce. Here you go. This is, you know, I'm going to let you know that I'm going to do my best to try to save her. So they're going to have to work together. King gets unvined. God, he did nothing. She looks back because remember, her mom's still out there thinking she's safe and sound. And, you know, she's like, but I got to go save Ida. Goes right back to the portal. We get to the Petrification Ceremony. It's like a public town square execution, right? So everyone gets to see. And this is another thing that people in power do, making examples of people. Look at this. See what happens when you defy the will of the Titan. You too shall be petrified. It's, you know, all that kind of grandiose stuff. She's up there in her cage, and she's this just giant like statue of like crying people come out. So this is the artifact that's going to petrify you. And look at this look on Ida's face, like, oh, damn, because you don't want this to happen to you. Oh, no, not one bit. They make their way to the platform. Lilith's like, here, you go up there and go save Ida. But she's like, wait a minute, why aren't there any guards here? Then we start seeing a bunch of hands come out of the ground. They grab Lilith, they grab King. It kind of grabs Luce, but kind of pins her. But it's Stamper. He's been waiting for him the whole time. Luce, I commend you for trying to fight this guy. I really, really do. But you're like a level 3 wizard versus like the final boss in a game. You got to train up a little bit. We get up to, since she betrayed the Emperor, he throws her up the too. She's going to be petrified as well. And Lilith sees Ida. Ida's like, you know what? I maybe get petrified, but after everything you did, you put Luce in trouble. You cursed me. You betrayed me as a sister. I'm going to rip you apart before I die. And then King jumps in the way. No, don't. She tried to save you. She tried to save you with Luce. She tried to make it better, right? But here I am too. I'm going to get petrified as well. That machine starts to power up and like, oh no, here it comes. I remember seeing Gus's father, but this is his dad. And he's like the newscaster guy, which is so stupid. Willow grabs the microphone. The owl lady, she didn't do anything bad enough to deserve this. You know, so the people start being on her side. And this is, so I'm like 2% right. I'm like, oh, maybe the people are going to rise up against the Emperor. So this is the whole gladiator type. Oh, the people are behind the gladiator, but not the Emperor. So they're cheering for the gladiator or the bad guy. So the Emperor's going to have to play, you know what? I still need the will of the people to be on my side. And that kind of plays into the end. So they're all cheering for Ida to be saved, not to be sacrificed. So here we go. Luce and all of her bestie tries to fight this guy. And he's just, see, this is where he kind of just like dematerializes. So he's not physical. I think he's pure magic. He might be that manifestation of the Titan itself or something, because he's not alive. I don't think he has like a physical body that's always there. He's like some type of goop energy or something. He's just teleporting around, grabs her, throws her around, and, you know, he's just messing with her and just kind of, you know, but she keeps trying her best, and he's got some cool magic. He has everything too. He makes that big giant worm from the opener, and then look at that. But Luce is able to like explode herself out of there and everything. They make her too much of a badass. I know she had to be able to fight well to even stand up to this guy, but where does she learn all this? Just haphazardly, she's able to do all these things. We needed more episodes, dang it. She's trying to fight this guy, and then he does the whole like talking in her mind. And he's like, you know, oh, I thought you wanted to fight, you know, like it's terrifying. And he's like, you know, you're so easy to defeat. You know, he starts to pin her down, but she does an ice spike and it hits him right in the eye. And she's like, ha, I got a little bit of you. And he's like, oh, you do that again, things aren't going to end very well for you. Just give me the key to the Earth realm, and then I'll let you save Ida. Just, you know, but she's thinking, oh my goodness, why the hell do you want to go to the Earth realm? You know, are you going to go there? And she must be thinking of a million things right now. The petrification process starts up, even though Ida all the things that Lilith did, Ida jumps in the way first and gets hit first. She's still trying to protect her sister because they're still family. She still loves her. So that thing's hitting her and it's starting to like, turn her into a stone. Then the Emperor's like, clock's ticking. Your friend's going to die if you don't give me that key. And we see Luce is just, she hits the button. She's crying. She doesn't want to do it, but she knows it's going to be bad. But, but guess what, Emperor, you ever heard of a gun? But she makes a little suitcase. She's like, here you go. Just let me save Ida. And he takes the case from her. It's like, oh, you made the right decision. Here you go. Go up there, save your friend. It starts to go up. But right before, she activates she put a bunch of fire emblems on there and then burns the case, completely destroys it. Here's the thing. Right then and there, couldn't the Emperor have just grabbed her? Look at that dirty look he gives her. I love it. It's like, oh, you son bitch. They hate each other. I love the fact that I like when two enemies, there's no like, oh no, they're going to end up being best friends. No, they hate each other. The only way this is going to end with one of them is going to die. So they give themselves that I'm going to kill you the next time I see you look. She gets up there. She destroys the machine, or at least stops it enough for where the being petrified doesn't work. And Lilith tries to heal her. And I guess it's kind of working a little bit because she gets the stone to go away. Kikimora is about to do something about it. But then Luce just makes a fireball. Oh, let them go. And she just agrees. So she must be pretty weak. I mean, she didn't even attempt to fight Luce. Are you kidding me? They jump on and they fly off. And, everyone's safe for now. And they fly off into the night. And like I said before, like when the Emperor, the gladiator's getting more popular than me. He comes out and says, oh, citizens of, the Boiling Isles, the Titan spoke to me and he told me to spare these witches, but their curse will strip them of their magic, and let that be a lesson to all of you. What will happen if you defy the will of the Titan? So he still turns it into a win a little bit. So he lets her live, but she's going to be without her power. But he's pissed. He's really pissed, but he's got to do what he has to do to at least keep the people on his side. They get back to the owl house and Lilith's like, you know what, Ida, I should have done this a long time ago. Remember that spell about sharing the pain? She does it, and so she's going to share the curse. She turns back into regular Ida. We see each of their eyes have been grayed out, and Lilith got a little gray streak in her hair. I don't know. I like it. They're both without magic. They can't access their magics because Ida tries and it just burns up and nothing happens. And then Luce is like, you know what? I can teach you my magic. And what I don't know, we can learn together. I love it. Yay for families. There you go. She makes a symbol and she touches it. And then Ida can make that little light spell. And it floats up into the sky. And I'm like, oh, so this is where we're at. Here's the thing. Why would the Emperor just allow them to live? They know exactly where the owl house is. Couldn't he just become a big giant monster and just destroy the whole thing? Why let them live? I don't know. There must be something that's preventing him from doing this, or maybe he still needs them for this whole unification thing. I don't know. Why does he want to go to the Earth realm? We don't know. But Luce is talking to her phone and she's like, you know what, Mom? Things are really great today. And you know what? That Emperor guy isn't invincible. Look, I kept a piece of his mask. That's going to come into play. There's no way that's not going to be important. But she's like, I don't know when's the next time I'm actually going to talk to you. But she's making these little video logs for her. So she's not able to write letters to her mom, but she can at least do this. And then the light goes in the sky and she's like, they're going to be a big family now. So it's going to be Lilith, Ida, King, Hootie, and Luce. So it's going to be a big family. I love it. The more family members, the better. We get to the Emperor, and Kikimora's like, they're on the loose. We have to get them. So, don't worry about them. There's got to be a reason not to. I'm going to keep an eye on the owl house. Remember that dude that was standing in the background? He kind of looks like an owl. Who's this dude? Oh man, mystery. But he's like, we have a lot of work to do because of the unification, and we see what looks like to be the door to the human world. But he's building a big ring around it. There's something. Maybe the magic of the Titan's running thin. Maybe it's running out, and maybe he's going to try to tap whatever energies that are in Earth and drain whatever magical energy could be there. Who knows? We didn't get any answers. We don't know what this thing is, and that's the end of the season. Not as good as I wanted it to be. I do like some of the sadder moments. I love those. It's pretty good. Luce becoming this absolute badass out of completely nowhere. Ugh. I will make a video about what I want to see in season 2 and the more speculations about what's going on, because this video is going to go on forever. But thanks for watching, guys. Sticking with me throughout this whole entire season. Leave in the comments below, what do you want to see happen in the future? Or do you think, Luce is going to be like the key to saving everyone? I know they try to say like, oh, the Chosen One stuff. They kind of made fun of that earlier on in the season, but I don't know. It kind of shaping up to be Luce's style of magic is going to be what saves everyone, because you can use it without the Titan. But I will be making that video about what I want to see next season, more speculation stuff. So be on the lookout for that video. But now that this is over and I have no clue when the next season is going to be, I'm going to jump straight into Amphibia, starting to play catch up with that. But thanks again, guys. I enjoy all the comments. Again, some of you people go into like crazy back and forths, and it's just like, what's going on, guys? We're not even talking about the show anymore. But I love every single one of them. I read every single comment, and it's been quite the journey through season 1, and hopefully season 2 we can talk about more of this stuff. But like, sub, subscribe, do all that good stuff, share it around, and I'll get you on the next video.
With this spell declared, let the pain be shared.
Crimson Saint here. Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single upload. If you have any tips or story ideas, hit us up on Twitter at C15Podcast, or better yet, join our Discord server, link in the description below.